it's not. I'm not going to pay that one day. I'm not going to pay because I don't see the need for that National Cathedral. I think there are so many measures that they have to put in place better than National Cathedral. Because when you go to the hospital, there are people lying on the floor. There are people suffering in the schools under trees and other things. I think there is much to do better than National Cathedral.
Hello viewers, it is and it has already been Kingsley. You can call me the Street Master. Today I'm here rocking up with
Josephine. You can call me Miss Josie. Today it's all about Churakai TV. Follow us on YouTube at Churakai TV. Don't forget to subscribe. Click on the notification bar, like and share. You can also share your ideas on the comment section. Now we're in the public to seek people's views regarding the National Cathedral for the country.
Follow us. Let's get to know what Ghanaians also think. Rock ITV, the eye of entertainment.
Hi, my name is Joshua Shani.
My name is Prince.
Okay, so Brother Prince, have you heard anything about the National Cathedral the government wants to build for the country? Are you in support? Do you agree? What's your contribution towards it?
Okay, actually, to be very honest, I'm not really in support of this National Cathedral thing.
Why?
Because I think not all the populants are Christians. That's the first thing. We are not also considering the Muslims. And also the money which they are asking us to contribute, I think is not needed because the government has much more money. So I don't think we should rather be the ones to pay money for them to use to build a church, just a church. No, there are so many other things which should be done with the government's money instead of just building a church.
So what's your suggestion on the government building a National Cathedral for the countries? Just suggest anything.
Actually, I think it's not needed. There should rather be more focus on schools, things which will rather develop the country. Spiritually, yeah, we are all spiritual. People go to church and all, but so can you say we can all fix or fit in the National Cathedral if all Ghanaians decide we will come to church? It won't be possible.
I'm Kingsley and you are?
I'm Joseph.
Okay, Brother Joseph, government have initiated a project about this establishment of National Cathedral. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of this project, and I think this project is a nice project because if it's going to bring all the churches together or bring us together, in a way, you see that churches have different doctrines and other stuff. So coming together is a form of bringing us together, and then in this world or in this country, it's unity that we need to move forward. And if we could see other developed countries have been through this and they are able to develop such cathedral to help bring them together, and then I think it's a nice way. Yeah.
So from your speech I can deduce that you are very religious.
Yes, I'm a religious person.
Nice one. So recent wise there has been a saying or an ongoing information that government has set aside an account, right, to for the citizens to contribute an amount of 100 cedis into that account to help finance this project. Do you think it's a good call?
Yes, if you could realize from my statements, I've made mention that it's a good call. So if government looking at the economy of the states now, with the COVID and other stuff, that the economy is down, and if as a citizen we will help to push this forward, why not? So I will urge all friends and colleagues to try and then push this agenda so that we're able to contribute a little we have 100 cities, and we should try so that we'll help the economy to develop.
I can see that you're a very patriotic citizen. Okay.
Yes, I thought it wasn't necessary because we have a lot of national crises like bad roads, bad education, and a whole lot of corruption in the country and stuff like that. So.
Have you heard anything or do you have any idea of the government building a National Cathedral for the country? Or are you in support? What's your contribution?
Well, I'm actually aware though, yes. I think it's a very good idea that the government is pursuing. But I just feel it is not yet time for the government to take on that. Because considering the current state of the country, you could realize that we needed more. It's like we have misplaced priority. That is why. And because, the cathedral particularly is for, let me say, a denomination, a particular side, which is to say the Christians or the Christians. I don't think Muslims will go there and pray. If it should happen to an end, I don't think now. So I felt it's just a misplaced priority. If there should be something now, then we have to focus on the rules. Currently now our teachers are on strike. University teachers are on strike, and they needed money, and they raise a number of concerns. These are the things that we have to focus on to solve. You understand? So if you have to prioritize cathedral, then this is not the time. This is not the time. Yeah, the same way that David wanted it, and Solomon has to come and do it, and the same way I think not Nana that have to start it now. You understand? Yeah, maybe the next government. So I think it's not that I will not support it. I'll support it, but at this time I wouldn't be in too much support of it. Yeah.
Okay, the fact that the government or the president want to build a national cathedral is not anything bad. What I suggest is that, you know, every government has his or her own policy. And I know the greatest question that I used to ask myself is building the cathedral purposely for Christians? And we have 3 religions here in Ghana. I think traditionalists, Muslims too are there. So people are arguing that why are you building the cathedral for only Christians and not Muslims and traditionalists? That is the question that I'm also asking. But above all, it is also a nice intervention.
I think it's good idea, but I think the government shouldn't ask for people to, contribute.
They should rather think of using that money to build schools for the villagers, people who study under the tree. I think like that one is better than the government using the money to build for the cathedral.
Oh, it's not a bad idea though. In some part I do agree, in some part I do not agree. And as my brother first said, it's for a particular denomination, like Muslims cannot go there and pray and do stuff. So if you are building a national cathedral, it should be something that the whole of the nation can benefit from. Like something, constructing a road and those stuff. Maybe everybody should pay maybe 100 cedis or 10 cedis so that we can construct a road from maybe Takwadi to Takwa. That is a nice idea because anybody or everybody can use that road. But you building a national cathedral at this time, the economy is not even stable at this time. You targets on strike and those stuff, face the country issue and those stuff. Plenty things is going on. Plenty things are going on in this country, which is not, you know, I don't want to use certain words.
Yes, I have, and I think it's a nice initiative.
So, is there any contribution? Are you in agreement of him building the national cathedral for the country? Are you going to convince your friends, your family in supporting?
Okay, so since a majority of the citizens in the nation are mostly Christian, so I think it's a nice initiative if the government builds a cathedral for the nation.
So we have to be realistic in our thinking. Yes, so that's what I think.
He's not in support of the government building a national cathedral for the country. Thank you for your time. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Likewise.